Oh, my subscribers. Oh, Chim. The best subscribers on the entire YouTube platform. You guys have been a blessing. You've been with me from day one. And that's why I feel like I've betrayed you guys. But it's not like I betrayed you guys per se. It's just that life happens. And sometimes you have to just move with the flow. You know how you are in a season of praying and waiting on God? I call it the Anna season. And suddenly God answers you like Sarah, and you are even like, you become so confused. You're thrown into a state of confusion. And I've written down some things here that you guys wanted to know. I'm holding this because I've broken it. It can't stand on my camera anymore. So you see the cord. So while going through this journal, I got this from one of the youth programs we organized in my church in Belgium, and I transferred some of the prayer points and the things. This is like my journal for life for 2024. So my plans, my aims, my objective, my goals, everything is in this book. And while going through this, I just saw that because for church, I start from the back. When I'm listening to some sermons in church and it's hitting home, I just kind of like take down prayer points and I put them in this book. So for you to see that it's not fresh ink, I saw some things and I got so emotional. So just a backstory. In 2023, I was making a lot of applications, like I said in my last vlog, and there were no headlights. You know, when they say the lights is at the end of the tunnel, you'll find lights. I didn't see any lights for a whole year. Though I was working menial job, trust me. And was I grateful? Oh yes, I was really grateful because it was paying my bills and I was not out in the cold and it was doing everything I needed to do. But when I got tired, I was writing some things down. One of my prayer points in 2023 was, Lord, make me a global voice. And I think at the point when I wrote this prayer point, that was when I went viral, like about 2 times or 3-4 times from different vlogs in Nigeria, who carried some of my TikTok videos when I was talking about traveling and stuff. But the one that hits home is this one I wrote in, I don't know if this is going to be clear enough, on the 31st of December 2023, when I attended the, crossover service now, and I wrote down, I said, Father, everywhere I've been rejected in 2023, every job application and every application that I was rejected from, in 2024, Lord, I decree abundance and approval. Father, the land of Europe will favor me. I will not work for crumbs. I will not settle for the bare minimum. Lord, I decree the best of jobs, and life is my portion and that of my friends and family. Lord, grant me victory in all my applications, in my relationship, career, and academics. Amen. I have so much more here, but let me stop here. I'm going to try not to let this to be too long. And a couple of questions that I got based on the previous vlog I made and based on people who watch my video. Where are you? I thought you lived in Czech Republic. What happened? Why did you leave Belgium? Are you still going on with your program? What's happening in the UK? Well, basically, let me talk about life in Belgium. Life in Belgium is great, trust me. If I had my way, I would stay back in Belgium. All things being equal, life there was going fine. I have integrated with people. I've built a community from church, from school, and from my new program. I started a new MSc program September 2023 as my way of staying back in Belgium after my 1-year program ended. At that point also, I was combining my PhD and the new program and my housekeeping job together. So I was commuting every week to Czech Republic from Belgium. I was spending nothing less than 150 euros or sometimes between 130, or if I book way in advance, 100 euros a week, which was using all of my life savings, including my housekeeping job savings and my personal savings, to commute for my PhD program. Now, to any sane human being, the answer is, or the question is rather, why? Why is because in February 2023, I told myself I'll move to Czech Republic after my 1-year MSc program ended in Belgium. But I loved Belgium too much. I started job hunting in Czech Republic with the hopes that after saving enough money from my few months left in Belgium from 2023 February, I would save enough until July, and then in September move to Belgium, Czech Republic to stay full time. But God had other plans, because the covenant I had with God was I would not leave Belgium to Czech Republic to live there full time if there was no job. I did some interviews. Language barrier cut me off from some. Some were not in my field. So even though I was looking for like customer service roles or HR roles or project management roles, based on the fact that I've done a lot of training, I still did not qualify for a lot of them. Some of them majorly because of language. I said, okay, let me take the teaching option. The hours they gave me was so little. It was like about 5 hours every week. And then at the point they said it was maths. I am good at maths if I put my mind to it, but it's not my thing, because I know I don't want children to fail because of me. So no, maths was not an option. I wanted to do teaching English. I even took some certifications teaching English as a second language, but all in all, up until August 2023, it didn't work out. My sister moved to the UK in September 2023, along with my partner. So I had also been in a long distance relationship, and the plan was I would stay in Belgium while my partner will stay in the UK, and we will be commuting to keep the relationship alive. So like I said in my other weekly vlog, going to the UK this year was not in the books, for at least not anytime this soon the way I entered. So I was commuting. Trust me, commuting was hard. I was spending my savings. I was exhausted because I would work. I would go to classes, I think Monday or Tuesday, and I would work Monday, Tuesday. I worked Monday, Tuesday, Friday, which I crammed in all of my housekeeping hours into those days. I would go to class in Brussels. I would come back, go to work, and sometimes I would not go to classes in Brussels. I would go to Czech Republic. So basically I had to be in Czech Republic because I was taking a program. I was teaching a course to some master students, which was every week, and I was attending my own seminar, which was every 2 weeks. So I didn't have an option but to be in Czech Republic. Before, I was going on a need to be there basis, which means that if it was not necessary, I won't be there. So I could do every other thing online with my supervisor, with my professors. They would send me books, I would read, but I didn't need to be there every week. But from September 2023, I needed to be there every week until December, even until January. But December, my UK dependent visa got approved. Because of the UK immigration law, my partner and I decided that let's apply for the visa. Instead of applying for a 2 years visiting visa, I would use a dependent visa, and I'll be able to go in and out because the law was going to change soon, so that I don't get affected by the law later. So we decided to do the dependent visa, which was what I did. And it got approved, I think, less than 2 weeks. I actually vlogged that December when I got all of this, but my SD card crashed. Now, it brings me to my next question. Why did I start the new MSc? I explained in my last video about staying back in Belgium. Applying for a new master's program was another way to stay back in Belgium, and I didn't want to go for the carryover route or extending my thesis route because I was on a scholarship. Now, career change. I was doing a master's in management because I wanted a career change. I wanted to switch from philosophy to something that was marketable in Europe. So that was why I basically wanted to do a new master's. And I wanted to do PhD in philosophy. KU Leuven offered me that pathway, but it was longer. I applied for research masters because for some reason they didn't want to give me the PhD straight. Was a scholarship option I had to apply. Time had gone. So the professor I found said he would supervise me, but I needed to do research masters 2 years. I opted to do that, but then they said, okay. I opted to do that, but 1 year instead because I already had a master's degree in philosophy. But they offered me their admission and gave me a condition. I would do a master's in philosophy 1 year instead of 2 years again. Do research master 1 year instead of 2 years again. That's 2 years. Then apply for the PhD scholarship that comes up at the faculty. And then if I get it, I'll now do PhD 4 years. That's 6 years. Like, when will I now start living my life? So I didn't take that option. I took the option of doing a management master's program in VUB. Now, I wanted to stay back in Belgium. So I was job hunting also in Belgium as I was in Czech Republic. But language barrier was more heavy in Belgium because I have friends in Czech Republic, in Prague, who are working, and in Brno. I also applied for the Amazon job one time. I didn't get it. Twice I applied. Second time I applied, they closed the position before even doing interview for some reason known to them. I shall told God that my covenant with you is that I would only move to Czech Republic if I have a job, because even if I save €1,000, it would not keep me in Czech Republic for 6 months, because I needed to pay my rent. I needed to do other things. It was basically not enough because I still have a family to support. I don't mean my immediate, I mean my family, like my own personal family. So no savings from September to December, no savings, spending everything on commuting. It didn't really seem like a good financial decision. So I was looking for a way out. I had a UK visa, so why not come to the UK to get my BRP so I can start applying for jobs? And if it work out, fine. And I have a master's degree in biomedical ethics, so I had always wanted to work for the UK Health Agency, so why not? But at the time, care is the whole rampart thing. So I applied to a care home that had a school, but I was going to be in the care home. I got the job offer and they said I would start February. That was what started this whole thing. I got the job offer. I traveled from Belgium to UK to attend the interview. Went for another interview. Luckily, I applied for a job on Indeed. I got called. I was using my sister's address in all of this because I had not picked up my BRP. So I came, picked up my BRP, went back to Belgium. These people called me for interview. I came back on Tuesday after working, attended an interview on Wednesday. On Thursday, one of them told me I was successful. I went back to Belgium. I didn't get feedback from the second one. My sister was not like, call them. I was like, since one has already offered me job, why would I disturb myself if the other one? But she was like, you said your interview went well. And guys, when I entered into that office, I said, oh my God, I told my sister, I took a picture. I said, I love this place. I would love to work here. But you know that I can't work here because I already have one job offer that I have accepted. And those ones seem promising in terms of giving sponsorship. So she was like, it doesn't matter. Send them a mail. So I was in Belgium sending them mails and they said, your BRP has expired. I was like, BRP that I just picked. So I knew the devil was at work. So I was already in a series of prayer and fasting by that period while I was, I think that was around January. So we were already in the 21 days fast and prayer for NLP, and then redeem 50 days or 40 days fasting was also going on. So I just knew that it was just something wrong. I now took my BRP, snapped it, sent it back to them. Like, I have an active BRP. My BRP is not expired. I just got this BRP in January, so there's no way it can be expired. They said, yeah, then blah, 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 it was expired. And they called me later to apologize that it was a mistake. So they offered me the job. I accepted it. And I was like, God, how will I have to job offer? What do I do? How do I let one down? But because the first job offer in the care, I told me to come and I'll start February, ending of February. They hadn't given me a start date yet. All of a sudden they said, come. And I packed my life in a box. I left Belgium. Gave my landlord 2 weeks notice, gave my church members and every other person very short notice, even to my own self, very short notice. And I had to resume my PhD program in Czech Republic also in February. So how do I go about all of this? I was like, this is a job that would give me work experience. So I called my friend who turned down a PhD offer in Belgium to work. And he said the reason he did that was because if he gets a PRO later on, it's easier for him to do a PhD. It made sense, but I was in a dilemma because this PhD is something I long for. It's something I want. It's something I want to do for myself, for my father, for my mother, and for my family. And it's something that I want to do in terms of my career. I love education, so I love philosophy as well. But I needed to work in Europe. I need something that would give me a life career in Europe. So I decided to move to the UK and I took the job. So I mailed my professor in Czech Republic that I want to do distance learning. And this semester I didn't have to teach. Then he said, oh, you have to teach this semester. I was like, oh, okay. What else and what else do I have to do? And I thought that I would be doing my seminar for 3 semesters, but it turns out that the seminar was going to last for 5 semesters. Who will be funding all of this? This is a whole lot for me. Just this 5 months, I did it with my own pocket expenses. It's a lot. And the scholarship only pays for school fees. So how will I survive? Czech Republic, though people are like, if you come to Czech Republic, you will get a job. I know that part of the reason I didn't get a job faster was because I was not living there. But I was there every week and I was job hunting and attending interviews for menial jobs. Like, I think I applied for KFC 3 times. I got rejected. How will I get rejected from KFC? That should just show you that I knew something was up somewhere. Anyways, I managed to finish my first semester, finish my exams, finish teaching in Czech Republic, finish all my obligation. And then February, In less than 2 weeks, I decided that, you know what, let me take the risk and come to the UK. And that way I'll be with my partner and my relationship can also survive. So I didn't plan to move to the UK. At first, the plan was to come to the UK in August or September this year, when I would have finished my second year, first semester, as well as second semester as well. So that way I'll be in my thesis period. Only to find out that even the period I thought was going to be thesis period in Czech Republic turned out that I still had a whole lot of obligation. So I was supposed to go to summer school in Austria or Estonia. I got the Estonia, but my professor was like, Estonia is for reasons best known to the both of us. After discussing it, Austria was going to be a better option. So I was supposed to go to Austria February this year or September. So I picked September. That when I move to the UK, it will be easier to then go to Austria since it's going to be just thesis period. But it was not how I planned it. So I got to the UK February, and these people that told me that I'll start working by the end of February switched up on me. I replied them like, I'm in the UK, what's happening? When is my start date? I have filled all of the references, everything I needed to do. I had done it, all the checks, all the security checks, DBS, I had done everything, but the job, they took so long. Not until the second job offer I got at that company, I said I wanted to work. That is a customer service role in a credit finance company. They kept on telling me that you have to start your referencing and DBS because you have to join training February 26th, even though we know we made an error and didn't inform you on time, and we take ownership for the mistake we made about your resident permit and all of that, but you need to start. I was forced to start that job. And I was like, okay, you know what, halfway, if these other people call me, I will leave. But they still did not call me until I had finished training, and it was not proper to leave. And because of the contract I had signed, I couldn't leave at that point as well. In all of this, I still kept applying for a job because the customer service role I knew was not going to be like a long-term role. It was only a starting point for me. And I had seen that I wanted to work in another kind of organization. I wanted to put my bioethics degree that I got from Belgium to good use. If I was not going to start a PhD, at least let me work in health care. When I say healthcare, I don't mean care, because when people hear healthcare, they seem to just think that it only comprises of healthcare assistants. Healthcare has medical administrative roles, clinical research roles, ethicist roles, health policy roles, and stuff like that. So I got admission to a lot, like 4 programs here in the UK, but I didn't want to go as a student anymore. If I'm going to do something new in my life, I just wanted to work and earn money and get good experience on my CV here in Europe, because basically they like work experience from the Western countries than from your home countries. So I was doing all of that, and yes, right now I'm in Hull, East Yorkshire. That would change soon, but that's where I'm at right now. I was supposed to be in Lincoln. That was where the first job was, but I couldn't go because that one I was supposed to be with my sister. Now I'm in Hull. I had to take the second job offer, like I said, and I've been doing that. If you've been watching my vlogs, you see that that's where I work. It's a credit finance company, and I work as a customer consultant. And I've been job hunting because I knew that I was not going to be here for long. When I say here, I mean I was not going to be in East Yorkshire for long. I was not going to live in Hull basically for long, and I was going to need to move. So some of my video, you will hear me saying that I'm settling in. I was not feeling like I'm in my element. I was feeling out of place because I had not really settled in, because I knew Hull was not my permanent base. So kept job hunting, and right now, by this weekend, I'm leaving Hull. I got another job offer, and I'm leaving Hull, and I'll be moving. So I'm moving to Manchester again, and that's part of the life update, and that's why I'm doing this life update again. I'm moving to Manchester to start a new job in a new role, and that's one thing I appreciate God for, because God has just been faithful. When I look back at all of the prayer requests I have in this book, one way or the other, it's just been clicking into place. From getting tons of, unfortunately, for even menial jobs like KFC. Gosh, and being where I am right now, I'm not where I want to be. Trust me, it's not like I have it all figured out yet. But one thing you should have known about me by now is that I always like to take my life one step at a time. If something comes, I take it and I use it as a climbing stool or as a stepping stone to the next one. This 4 months I have spent as a customer consultant in the UK, when the life practitioner job as a support worker for children with learning disabilities did not work out, I told myself I'm going to build on this experience and get a better job. And it's not like that job I was doing was not better, but as an immigrant, that was not where I want to be. So I used that, I put it on my CV, and I used that 4 months work experience to secure another job in the field where, not in the field where I want to, because I studied philosophy, so I kind of like alternate between fields. I don't think that is a field I can fit in. I have certifications in project management and IT support. I also have taken some certifications in crisis management, and this year I took a lot of certifications in health. I did end of life care. I did basically care job, like care certificate, and then I did end of life care, and in my bioethics program I did end of life care. So I did more programs. I think I took some courses from Stanford Medicine as well, just to solidify the experience I have in healthcare in my studies, and also like qualifications that would also boost my CV. And yeah, I got another job. So I'm leaving Hull and I'm moving to Manchester. And I'm staying with my man. I've been with him for the last 4 months. And if you see me glowing, it's also because of him. When I was going to leave Belgium and move to the UK, I was like, how do I tell my mom that I will not be with my sister because the job it didn't come through like I thought after leaving Belgium? Do I go back to Belgium? Do I stay? Like, what will I do from here going forward? It was a whole lot of decision. I was basically in a dilemma when that job did not come through. Do I go back to Belgium? Where will I stay? Because I had given my landlord notice. What's going to happen? Do I start job hunting all over again? I don't want to do care work, even though I know that at the point, this is the job that is so rampant in the UK with sponsorship. But do I just start the customer service? So I started the customer service job. But then how do I tell my mom that the job I want to go and do in Lincoln did not work out? So I will not be with my sister. I'll be staying with my partner. I have a very understanding mother. Even though when I was growing up, she was the strictest. But I don't blame her, because you have a woman who lost her husband and has 3 kids who are all girls to try to make their life better than she had. So I don't blame her for some of the decisions or some of the things she did while I was growing up. But as an adult, she has come to be very more understanding. Or as I grew, I understood her, and we've come to have like a very close-knit relationship than we did when I was growing up. So my mom, I called her one day. I said, Mommy, see, I speak pidgin to my mom. We don't speak English to each other. Mommy, how far, see. You get what I want to tell you. I know they go and take a place again. Oh. So I told her, I opened up and I told her, okay, this is what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, okay. She advised me. She did some. She was like, you should get an apartment of your own and all of that. But I considered it. But come on, I was not about to come and spend money in the UK. Like I said, I didn't have any savings when I was coming down here. So, but she could only advise me as a mother would, and the rest was up to me. I prayed about it and I moved down here and I joined my partner. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm living with my partner. It's been beautiful so far. I've been able to settle in. It's been very helpful. And my PhD program was on a hold. I deferred a semester basically, and I'll be resuming this year. And I'll see how it goes, and I'll see how I can manage again. And guys, that's just everything for now. The UK has been interesting so far. I miss Belgium. I miss Czech Republic. I miss being able to travel in and out. Traveling from the UK is something else. Although I've traveled twice. I've traveled to Albania when I'm here. I traveled with my partner. Then I went to Qatar for a conference, and I attended some conferences also. And that was the reason why I was so busy and I couldn't keep you guys updated, because my coming down to the UK was close to the period I had a lot of school activities. Like I said, I was supposed to go to Austria in February, or Estonia, and I was having conferences within that same period of time, and I had papers to submit to. So it was also very, very busy for me, and that's where I'm at. I don't know. Before putting up this live update, okay, I'll put up the live update before I start my Living in Manchester series and tell you guys more about what I'll be doing in Manchester, and let's see how it goes. So if you're seeing update vlogs on my channel, like weekly vlogs, a day in my life vlogs, a week in my life vlog, please support me, please, because that's where my channel will be going at now. I want to be more about lifestyle, beauty content, not beauty like makeup and all of that, but just basically maybe I'll say lifestyle content, like vlogging more about my life, and also talking about opportunities and career talks here, career talks for international students, and motivational talk for international students, basically, like I've been doing. And then final one would be everything that goes on in my life. I just want to vlog and keep memories and see how I go. So support me, like this video, share this video. This weekend I moved to Manchester, and for those who were close to me, or who are close to me rather, sorry, my English was not correct there. For those who are close to me, they know how I was saying, when I come to the UK, I would love to live in Manchester or live in Birmingham. Those were my two choices, and I'm happy that I was able to secure a job in the city that I wanted to live, and that's just a testament to the goodness of God. And in everything, I'll just say grace has been my story. And I pray that to everyone looking up to God for one thing or the other and praying to God to answer their prayers, that God will answer you and meet you at the point of your needs. Oh my God, I've been talking for 24 minutes. That hits the spot. I can't believe I've been talking for 24 minutes. All right, guys, so I love you. Support me on this new episode. If you see my videos weekly vlog, I know it might not be move to Belgium, move to Czech Republic, scholarship and stuff, but still, please support me. This is where I'm at now in my life. I'm trying to make sense of it all and live my life one day at a time. So like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. I'll see you in my next video in Manchester. Bye bye.